What was the impetus for the events of December? What punishment did the Soviet authorities apply against the rebels? Who are the young victims in December? Were there people who openly spoke to the Communist Party about the unjustified accusations of Kazakh youth? What can we judge about the December events today? Let's look for answers to these questions. What prompted the December events? On December 16, 1986, a representative of a different nationality was elected to lead Kazakhstan. On December 17, Kazakh youth gathered at the central square in Almaty to raise the slogan, "Let each republic be its leader. Let no nation be preferred." There was no uprising against the Soviet regime in the minds of young people. They only expressed their dissatisfaction with the central authorities without weapons. What punishment did the Soviet authorities apply against the rebels? On December 18, military forces from other cities of the Union, such as Tashkent, Ufa, Frunze, Novosibirsk, Tbilisi, were delivered to Almaty to suppress the rebels who marched peacefully. They carried out punitive measures against young people who went to the square under Operation Blizzard 86, sprayed water, fed dogs, and imprisoned them in prisons. On December 19, the young people were charged with unfounded charges of nationalist, alcoholic, drug addict, hooligan, and investigations began. Kazakhs who participated in the uprising and had the mark rebellious on their passports worked exclusively as black workers. Information about the victims of the incident was deleted. The country has banned writing about the December events. Riskolbekov Kairat Nogaybayevich is a hero of the December uprising. He took an active part in the march of Kazakh youth against the colonial and command system, which took place on December 16 to 18. After the uprising was brutally crushed, in January 1987, employees of the Internal Affairs body on charges of participating in a fight in Almaty detained Riskolbekov from his resting place in the house of his uncle, who lived in the center of Moinkum district. As it became known later, the investigators used all sorts of tricks on Riskolbekov and recognized him guilty of the murder of Savetsky. Hasanova Liazat Altanaevna is a victim of the December events. Liazat Altanaevna took an active part in the liberation uprising of Kazakh youth against the colonial and command system, which took place in Almaty on December 17-18, 1986. Liazat Hasanova, who came to the new square in the city, now Republic Square, to protest against the dominance of the center. His slogan was, "Kazakhs, it's enough that we live in an incendiary slavery. We can be free only when our country wins its independence." Yerbol Mukajanovich Sypatayev is a victim of the December 1986 events. In 1986, he took an active part in the uprising of December 16 to 18. On December 18, he was seriously wounded, and on December 23, he died. Only after Kazakhstan gained independence, the truth about Sypatayev began to be told. Sabira Muhammadjanova, who became one of the first victims of December 1986, was awarded the title Honorary Citizen of Tarbagatay District in 2001. Were there people who openly spoke to the Communist Party about the unfounded accusations of Kazakh youth? Mukhtar Shahanov, speaking in the Kremlin in 1989, said, "The truth about the December events in Almaty is not told. Our young men and girls who marched peacefully without any decrees were beaten with supper shovels, clubs, tethered to the dog and kicked under heavy boots. So far, no specific information has been given about how many of the protesters who marched peacefully were injured and how many died. About 2,000 people were arrested. Most of them were imprisoned for a long time. There is also the fact that thousands of people were expelled from educational institutions and fired. But there is no exact information. So we ask to create a commission consisting of deputies elected by the people, representing the interests of representatives of different regions and nationalities, in order to reveal the truth of the December events in Almaty. How can we assess the December events today? At present, we can conclude that the December events are the beginning of independence. After all, Kazakh youth striving for independence openly expressed their views on the Soviet regime and went on a peaceful march. In conclusion, the December event forever remained in the memory of the people as a vivid demonstration of the desire of Kazakh youth for independence.